Well. So much news going on with the Dallas Cowboys in this offseason. So we're going to get to it. Whether we have 5 or 5,000, we are going to talk Cowboys tonight. We're going to be talking about the Stephen Jones Dallas Cowboys interview. I want to talk about the press conference. I don't know if you call it a press conference. It seemed like they called him at the NFL Combine. We're going to talk about some of the things that he talked about. I want to talk about some of the developments that are coming out of the Combine, especially as it applies to one Ashton Jeanty and Omarion Hampton. I also want to look at somebody that is high on my own radar. I'm looking at this individual and I'm like, the Cowboys are talking about, everybody keeps talking about Ashton Jeanty, and I've already said I'm not drunk off Ashton Jeanty. And if the Cowboys choose to get Omarion Hampton, I wouldn't be crying. But there's another guy that I talked about, and we're going to look at some highlights of him tonight. Man, this dude right here. Because I looked at some film. I've been looking at film on Omarion Hampton. And not that I'm not impressed, but there's something about Omarion Hampton that I want us to look at versus Trayvon Henderson. And then also they're saying that T. McMillan, I've been talking about Emeka Egbuka. They're talking about McMillan may actually be on the board when the Cowboys get there. What's going on, Raymond Martin? Good to see you. Okay, y'all, I have to drop a couple of links for you. For sure. So tonight we're going to talk about these things, and then I'll let you enjoy the rest of your night. I'm not going to go on a 5-hour marathon like I did the other night, so it'll only be a couple hours tonight. But as people come in, whether we have 10 or 10,000, we are going to talk Cowboys tonight.
Here we go.
So the first thing I want to turn attention to, and let me give my introduction. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. If you like this live stream as you come in, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. What's going on, Gary? Got a lot of news for us tonight. What's going on, Suge Midnight? I can't get over your name. I love it. Chris Newman, what's going on? What's going on, Alex? Yeah, we're going to look at some video. I want to look at some video tonight. If we get copyrighted on it, we'll just delete it afterwards. I want to look at some video on some of these guys. I mean, I hear all the stats and stuff on guys, but let me tell you something about tape. Man, tape will tell you a lot of things. Tape will tell you a lot of things. Man, and I'm telling y'all something for all of us who may not understand what I'm telling you. These Ohio State boys, man, let me tell y'all something. The Cowboys could go in this draft, and if the Cowboys really wanted to go in this draft and clean up, they could. The Cowboys could go in this draft, I'm telling y'all, and clean up. So I'm just wondering if they're going to fall prey to big names. I'm wondering if they're going to fall prey to big names. Because that's starting to be my concern about the Cowboy draft. Will they fall prey to the big names? Or will they say, you know what? Rather than falling prey to the big names, why don't we maximize everything we can do on this team? Let's maximize what gets us the most value for our dollars. That's where I want the Cowboys thinking. Not who is necessarily, and I know we want the best running back, But maybe we ought to think a little bit different. Maybe we look for the best running back for us. Who is the best running back for us based around what we plan on doing? Because I'm a little bit surprised. I heard Rico Dowdle name come up. I was literally shocked to hear Rico Dowdle's name come up. I think it was Stephen Jones. I'll tell you another name that got brought up. I'm absolutely shocked. And everyone thought that these two players were out of town as we go into the Stephen Jones interview. But I'll tell you another name that has come up. DeMarcus Lawrence. I thought the Cowboys were wanting to be done with DeMarcus Lawrence. But it sounds like based on Stephen Jones, DeMarcus Lawrence is still a possibility. I mean, I thought Terrence Steele, of course, would be a post-June 1st cut or whatever. I thought he was going to be gone. Terrence Steele. I mean, this is letting me know something about the Cowboys. They have a lot of confidence in his coaching staff. And I think they're saying something that there are some players on this team that could be a whole lot better if the coaching, I've been telling y'all, coaching matters. Well, they obviously believe that it matters to the point of maybe some of these players would have been better. They would have been better with better coaching. And I'll tell you something else I caught that Stephen Jones says in this interview towards the end that nobody is talking about. Hey, they had Stephen Jones, if he kind of regretted what they done this season, this past season, letting veterans go and stuff like that. And I mean, Stephen Jones, man, we're gonna listen to it. Man, Stephen Jones gave an answer for the ages, and I don't even think people are paying attention. Stephen Jones dropped a megaton bomb the way he feels like this past season and how everything went. I want to pick up on the Stephen Jones interview. He was saying some things, but I really wasn't. He said some things, but I really wasn't into some of the things he was saying as much as the main things. I took about 3 takeaways away from what he said. And I think in some of the things that people are saying, I don't even think they took the right thing away from it. Let's listen to this together, and then y'all going to tell me what y'all think about it. But I thought what he said, the first thing we're going to hear him say, I thought it was great. Then I'm going to go to some of your comments. See, let's cue this thing up. Stephen Jones is dropping megaton bombs in here, man. Stephen Jones. Have y'all not noticed? Jerry's not talking right now. And you know what, though? Some people are saying that Jerry is giving Brian Schottenheimer the spotlight. Let me tell y'all something about Jerry. I think Jerry's doing something else, too. Jerry's got this thing going on with this trial in August. It got pushed to August. Some of this may be, Jerry don't want to answer any questions about that, because while you may be able to control the local media, some of these other folks, you can't control them. They wound up, you get them in the crowd, man, they might act up and ask anything. So I think Jerry is going to probably kind of shun the spotlight for a while. He's going to let it go more into Brian Schottenheimer, and I think he's going to go more into Stephen Jones, because I think what we're about to watch is the Stephen Jones era be born right before our eyes. Gary makes a good point. Gary, I'm with you. He said, I feel really good about this offseason. I do too. I feel great about it. There's been nothing happen yet that has made me go, uh-oh. Even in the Oso Digizua talks, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. Gary, you make another great point. Stephen is officially the co-owner. Yeah. And I think Brian Schottenheimer is a Stephen Jones decision. It's a Stephen Jones decision. I think they liked him. I think they all like him. But I think it's Stephen Jones who pushed for Brian Schottenheimer. I do. I mean, just listen to the tea leaves he dropped. You know, we have some things in common and blah, blah, blah. The way he was talking about Brian Schottenheimer. I think Brian Schottenheimer is his first official coach. And I think we're going to hear more about this as time goes on. Let's listen to Stephen Jones. I want to pick him up, I think, around the 6-minute mark when they're talking to him, because this is when he starts to have some of his conversation. Yeah, this is when he starts to have some of his conversation around one Micah Parsons. Let me see if I'm going to go back to maybe 5. Let's see. All right. All right, guys. We're about to pick up Stephen Jones right here about the 4 or 5 minute mark. But where we want to get him is the 6-minute mark. Richard Villegas, what's going on? Keedy boy, man, good to see you in the crib. In terms of drafting a running back, they should draft a guy that would be good for them and not based on name recognition. That's where I am too. And the school that he came from. Oh, man. Raymond, I'm about to drop a bomb on us tonight. I'm going to drop a bomb. I've already mentioned this guy's name. Y'all have already heard me say his name. Man, I'm about to drop the tape on this guy. When I drop the tape on this guy tonight, boy, y'all about to have y'all socks blown off. Y'all about to have y'all socks blown off by this kid, man. I mentioned his name before, but he gonna knock your socks off. Robert, what's going on? Yes, sir. I'm back at it, man. Back at it. What up, Louise? Louise Ortiz. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that right. Appreciate you. Or is it Louis Ortiz? Appreciate you. Let's get into this thing with Stephen Jones, and then y'all give me some more comments.
Their scheme and what we're looking for when we get ready to draft this spring. So, that's the most important thing. But at the end of the day, as long as we can have that communication and understand what we're looking for, I think we can continue to have successful drafts, and I have no doubt that'll happen.
Do you want to get Micah done sooner rather than later? You got CD done in August, you got Dak done right before the season started. Is there an effort to get that done earlier than you've gotten these other ones done?
Yeah, I mean, there's always extenuating circumstances, to these things. And, every contract negotiation's different. I mean, CD, there were still other receivers that were.
Hold on a second. I'm telling y'all, either the Cowboys are just either the Cowboys and Micah got some kind of crazy thing going on. Why isn't Micah Parsons the priority? Now, I understand Micah Parsons is on the 5th-year option, $24 million if I'm not mistaken. But why would you not want to get Micah Parsons done first? Why not make Micah Parsons the priority? Now, I've been saying this, and this is where I'm speculating. So I know I talk facts, but I'm speculating. Something doesn't smell right about the Micah Parsons thing. Maybe they'll prove me wrong by tomorrow. But something don't smell right. They said, do you want to get Micah Parsons' deal done? He said yes. But then he mentions a term that doesn't make sense. He says, but there are extenuating circumstances. Let me loop that back again.
As we can have that communication and understand what we're looking for, I think we can continue to have successful drafts, and I have no doubt that'll happen.
Do you want to get Micah done sooner rather than later? You got CD done in August, you got Dak done right before the season started. Is there an effort to get that done earlier than you've gotten these other ones done?
Yeah, I mean, there's always extenuating circumstances, to the.
What is he talking about? If you listen to Micah Parsons, what has Micah Parsons been screaming and begging? Sign me. I want to get my deal done early. Okay, he covered that base. I don't have to be the highest paid. Okay, he covered that base. I want to be a Cowboy for life. He covered that base. continuing to talk about his contract. Michael is talking about his contract a lot, even though he's been a little bit quiet this week. Why haven't they got his contract done? Strange to me, because I've been saying this and I keep pointing this out, and I'm the only one that talks about it, so I guess I'm crazy. Well, if you look at Michael Parsons' contract, I mean, if you look at him saying I don't have to be the highest paid, and then you look at where Nick Bosa is compared to everybody else, Nick Bosa's head and shoulders above everybody else. So if Michael would fall below Nick Bosa, he would be head and shoulders above everyone but Nick Bosa. And then when you think about Nick Bosa being out in California with the state tax there, well, Michael Parsons, y'all got to understand, man, this is game recognized game. So what if you come up under Nick Bosa? You'll be actually making probably more money than Nick Bosa without a state tax. So are we playing semantics, or is Michael Parsons actually saying, no, I'm going to play below $30 million. No, I'm going to come in at $25 million. Now, you know, we can say what we want to say, but I'm just telling us. He said he'll take less if the Cowboys be aggressive and keep some of the guys who helped him to get where he is. Well, Oso Digizua is one of them. I'm not paying Oso Digizua $20 million. Unless Michael Parsons comes to me and says, hey, GM, I want to sign Oso Digizua. Sign him to 20. I'll take 25. Is Michael Parsons only $5 million better than Oso Digizua, or is he willing to take that kind of pay cut? So why haven't they signed Michael Parsons? This guy's asking a great question. Wouldn't he be the priority? But I can understand the other side. Maybe he isn't the priority because you got him under contract. And Osa is the one you want to see, are you going to be able to get him under contract? I'm not really listening to the Oso Digizua talk yet. And the reason why I'm not listening to the Oso Digizua talk is because I think the Joneses are trying to get Oso Digizua cheap. I don't blame them. I mean, hey, you got to get him as cheap as you can. That's their goal, like Freddie Morales told us. But I think the reason why they're opening up with Oso Digizua is because they're trying to get Oso Digizua on the cheap. They want to get some negotiating, talking in, get some talking in before free agency opens up. What are we talking about now? 2 weeks? So they want to get some talking in before March the 10th. Now, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm just telling y'all about this Oso Digizua and Michael Parsons thing. Me, Michael Parsons is actually the priority. I need to know what Michael Parsons is talking about. I don't even understand to talk with anybody else. I'm kind of in this crowd. I don't really want to talk with anyone else. No, I want to know what Michael Parsons is. I want to know how low is Michael Parsons willing to go. That's all I need to know. How low is he willing to go, and then I'm going to sign him. That's all I need to know. If he's talking about going to $25 million, sign right here. Sign right here. What's the guarantees? What are we talking about with Michael Parsons? This is strange to me because this dude has been doing everything but, only thing I haven't seen Michael Parsons do is get on his knees and beg the Joneses to sign him. Because other than that, he's done everything I've never seen another player do. So why are they not signing this man? This is crazy to me. This is really crazy to me. I know there's been some, speculation talk and trade talk, and, I've dealt with some of the what ifs and all of that, but at the end of the day, I keep saying the same thing. I don't think there's no way they're trading Michael Parsons, or is there? I don't know. This guy's asking a great question. Why isn't he the priority? It's crazy to me. Let me read some of your comments and we're going to play some more. JS2, man, what's going on? He said Jerry Jones don't look or sound too good at the Schottenheimer presser. Schotty starts to have this program in a positive direction. I see Jerry stepping down in 1 to 2 years, handing Stephen the key. Well, I'll tell you something else that's strange, JS2. I'll tell you something else strange. They pushed that court thing back to August. I wonder what's going to come of that. It's not a criminal thing. It's not they can take the team from him. Just wonder what's going to come of all that. I mean, we may be watching the swan song of one Jerry Jones. And I think, like you, I'm with you. I think 1 to 2 years, this is Steven's team. He'll be running it. Jerry will be relaxing. We'll still see him. He'll still do some talking here and there, but Jerry's probably going to step back. Louise, he said he wants Michael to shut up on his podcast about everything they're doing or not doing. Hey, I think he does too. I mean, for real, why wouldn't he? But something is strange, Louise. They haven't signed him. Jameson, I hope you're doing good. Suge, Midnight, New Jones, same old Jones way. We're about to look at that too. Carlos, what's going on? He said Michael trade bait. Man, it's got me wondering. All of this has got me wondering, why haven't they signed him? Doesn't make sense to me. Suge Midnight said, I agree with G. If they're not going to keep Osa, they need to upgrade. Yeah. And that's why for me, Suge, I wouldn't be dealing with Osa first, but I know what they're doing. They're really trying to fill Osa Odigizua out. Hey, man, you know what they want to know? Hey, man, how much money you want? See, these dudes couldn't deal with me. I'm just a little bit different when it comes to this stuff. When people start talking, I've had some people talking to me about some brand deals, for example. And the thing that I know about anybody who starts talking, when they want you to do something, okay, this is when I know you're serious. Okay, all the rigmarole, don't want to hear it. What are we talking about? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. What kind of money are we talking about? Because that's really all we're trying to beat around the bush to get to. No, let's be men. Hey, what's this all about? Or you wanting to pay me, or you wanting to try to figure out a way for me to pay you? What are we talking about here? Let's get down to brass taxes. What is this going to cost both of us? What are we both going to have to bring to the table? All the other stuff, done. I would sit right down with Osa Odighizua's agent. I wouldn't even be tripping. Hey, what does he want? What do y'all want? No, we don't need to negotiate. Just tell me what you want. What are you wanting? What are you aiming for? Do you want to hit free agency and see what your value is, or do you want to stay with the Cowboys? Because I'm going to tell you now, if you want to stay with the Cowboys, I'm going to slide that piece of paper right across the table and say, because this is what we're willing to pay. $15 million per year. $50 million per year. $50 million guaranteed. 4-year deal. $50 million guaranteed. Here's some incentives. You get 10 sacks, we'll give you an extra $1 million. You get this many pressures, we'll give you an extra $1 million. You get this percentage of run stops, we'll give you this $1 million. You know what? This is what we're talking about right here. You either take it or leave it. No disrespect. We like you. You're a good player. I would just tell him, hey, you're a good player. You're not a great player. You could be a great player. You're not generational. I mean, that's being real. That's just being real. I mean, why do all this? Why do the dance with Osa Odighizuwa? Sometimes, and the Cowboys tend to lose on these. They start talking about, yeah, we're going to go, we're going to try to get this cost to that cost. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's contract was set at $31 million the whole time. The Dallas Cowboys jacked around and wound up giving him exactly what he wanted. What are we doing? Man, you either got a baseline of what you're going to pay or you don't. And if you set that baseline, don't budge from it. You set your baseline and say, okay, Osa Odighizuwa, we appreciate you. Now, you go out there and see if you can get what you want. If not, circle around. And I'm telling you, boy, I'd be a shrewd operator. You go and see what you can get. But if you don't get what you want when you come back and circle around the block, this number right here won't even be this number. I'm going to be lower. I'm going to be lower. I'm just going to tell you right now, we ain't staying the same. You go running around the block, bro. You go run around the block and you can't get what you want. You ain't coming back here when you go around the block and see that you didn't get what you want and still get what we have on the table. No, it's going lower. But I would get this thing with Osa Odighizuwa done. Get it done. What are we doing? Get it done. Because the priority should be Michael Parsons. I'm telling y'all, this thing with Michael Parsons would be crazy if the Cowboys wound up trading him. It'd be crazy. It really would. It'd be absolutely crazy. But I think for Oso Digizua, I think the Dallas Cowboys could literally go into free agency, get 2 defensive tackles, go in the draft, get you another defensive tackle, and develop him behind those 2 defensive tackles, get you a great rotation going, and get this rookie defensive tackle worked into a great rotation. And with the coaching that we're saying that we have now, oh, you'd have something way more dangerous. You'd have something way more dangerous than Oso Digizua. My problem with this team, we're going to see, because Suge Midnight says something that I like. He says, new Jones, same old Jones way. So can we do something different, Suge Midnight? Can we stop saying we love our players? Nah. We're going to upgrade, bro. Hey, man, we love our players, but we're not going to be afraid to upgrade in the future. If we can upgrade from Oso Digizua, we're upgrading. But the thing with Micah Parsons, let me let you hear the rest of this. Because when he says extenuating circumstances, what are those? What's the circumstances? What are the circumstances? Let me read these 3 comments, then I'm going to go back to the interview. JS2, I'm not sure Jerry would trade Parsons, but I can sure see Stephen Jones kicking those tires. You just said a mouthful. You just said a mouthful right there. I'm with you 100%. Jerry loves his players. This dude, Stephen Jones, this dude, Stephen Jones, still talking about Trey Lance. He's still talking about Trey Lance. Let me tell you something about this dude. He don't regret doing some of the things he's done. And I'm going to let you hear him say it with his own mouth. This dude don't regret that stuff. Hey, I'm with you, JS. Hey, Jerry, I believe it 100%, would not trade Micah Parsons. But this dude, Stephen Jones, man, this dude different. Robert M., I'm with you. I'm on both sides of the fence. I'm playing both sides of the fence on this. If I'm the Cowboys, I got a number I'm willing to pay Oso Digizua, and I'm not moving. Come hell or high water, I don't care what the fans say. I got a number. I'm not moving with Oso Digizua. But if I'm Oso Digizua, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't really be wasting the Cowboys' time. I mean, unless I'm going to come in and sit down and say, just like they're going to slide me a number, me and my agent going to sit down, and my agent going to slide a number. My agent's going to slide, hey, man, you know what? Pro Football Focus is saying upward of $21 million. That's what we're going to see. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm splashing. I can't. I'm not a big swimmer. I'm splashing. I'm jumping in the water. I don't know about y'all. This is my first contract. Because of the Philadelphia Eagles, a premium is being placed on defensive tackles. In particular, understand something about Oso Digizua. I got to give him credit for it. He's 3rd in the league amongst defensive tackles and quarterback pressures. I'm riding that, man. I'm riding that into every negotiation if I'm his agent. I know, 7 sacks only. Hey, yeah, okay, he only got 7 sacks, but watch this. You know what? He only got 7 sacks, but he's 3rd in quarterback pressures. So imagine if you got somebody to go around him. He just adds to the chaos. Maybe he doesn't get there as much as he should, but what he does do, he adds to the chaos, because if you got another man that can get there too, someone else on the outside, maybe you got 2 guys on the outside. If you got 2 guys on the outside that can get there, you don't have to worry about the middle. Oso Digizua gonna get there. He'll get them pressures. He's about 50% run stop rate. I think that's what it is, somewhere in there. May not be his agent. He's not bad. He's not the greatest. He's mid-pack. But what you want is those quarterback pressures. And if it's a team in the AFC, you got to think about it. They just saw what happened to Patrick Mahomes. That's attractive to me if I'm the Baltimore Ravens. That's attractive for me if I'm the Buffalo Bills. I mean, this is attractive to me. Okay, you telling me you gotta this guy can get to the quarterback. Even if he don't get him down, he gets pressure on him. He flushes him out. so if we got somebody on the outside that's fast enough, I'm just telling you the argument I'm making with Oso Digizua. If I'm his agent, I'm playing both sides of this because I'm the Cowboys. No, $20 million. Nah, you can go test the market, bro. I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm about to go out here and look and see who's available at defensive tackle. I'll get 2 of them, and I'll get a guy in the draft. We'll develop him over a couple of years. We got you in the third. We got you in the third. We'll get another one in the third. We'll get you another one because I think there's a strategy that we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a strategy that I think the Cowboys should use tonight because I think they could replace Oso Digizua with this strategy. Let me read a couple of more of your comments. Louise says, right, if he goes to another state, his $20 million will be $15 anyways. See, that's why I say, Louise, Michael is playing semantics in a sense. At least that's what I think he is doing. Because $20 million is not the same, depending on where you're playing. See, Deion Sanders was ready to come to Dallas. See, a lot of folk don't remember. I was young enough to remember. I'm young enough to remember when Deion came to Dallas. There were some other things swirling around Deion Sanders. It was being reported that Deion Sanders was in a heated divorce battle. I don't know if it's true. I'm just telling you what they reported back in the day. The internet would have went crazy with this stuff back in the day. That Deion Sanders reconciled with that wife because he didn't want to get the divorce in California. They wicked crazy on divorces out there. Wicked crazy in in a state like California. Half. I don't care what you better have an ironclad prenup. Half. So what did Deion do? He got to Texas. Divorce proceedings are a little bit different. Not to mention, no state tax. When Deion came to Dallas, Deion got some cheese because of some of the benefits of Texas. So for Michael to say he'll take less money, then who? Then who? To say you don't have to be the highest paid, then who? Because Nick Bosa. You're talking about California money. That may be one of the reasons why they gave Nick Bosa the $34 million contract to make up for state taxes. Because it's head and shoulders above all of the other pass rushers. Maybe that's why they did it. So when Micah says, I don't mind being below, CeeDee Lamb is below Justin Jefferson, but I bet if you go look at that pay, state taxes versus no state taxes, CeeDee Lamb is laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, I'm getting paid just as much as Justin Jefferson. And Michael may be doing the same thing. But Stephen, with these extenuating circumstances, what are they? Richard says maybe they're trying to see how much Michael will take. I'm wondering. Because this don't smell right. I'm going to let you hear the rest of why he said it, and then I'm going to get to some more comments. Just listen to how he's saying it.
These things. And, every contract negotiation is different. CD, there were still other receivers that were trying to get their deal done, and some of them still hadn't gotten those deals done, as we all know.
Now, he's talking about, I'm pretty sure, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. But Stephen Jones is being disingenuous. Stephen Jones could have got that contract done early. Him and Jerry should have got that contract done a year early. When Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb had one of the most incredible seasons by any quarterback wide receiver duo, they should have called Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb in the office that day. Got a deal done. Got a deal done then. Get Dak at $50 million. Get him at 51. Get him at 52. Get CeeDee Lamb at 25, 26. Stop it, Stephen. Remember you saying we're going to watch the tea leaves drop. You shouldn't have let the tea leaves drop. No, you do what Howie Roseman tries to do quite often. Howie Roseman tries to set the market. He doesn't try to wait on the market. He sets it. That way he gets to kick his feet up on the desk, him and his owner doing high fives because they're looking at how cheap they got some of these players. Because they didn't wait, and we wait too often. And I don't understand. What's the weight on Micah Parsons? Everything that Micah said was telling the Joneses, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to go through what Dak went through. I don't want to go through what CD went through. I want to just go ahead and get signed. I applaud Micah for saying that. I wish he would say more of that behind closed doors. I think sometimes saying that stuff out in the court of public opinion, sometimes you got to understand when you're dealing with billionaires. They don't like to be told what to do. You ever been around people with money? I mean real money. I ain't talking about rich. I'm talking about wealthy folk. Folk who got generational money. They don't like being told what to do like that. And you don't get to tell us when we do anything with this money. If I was Micah, I'd do way more talking with them behind the closed doors. I really would. Because it just looks crazy when things aren't happening. And Steven is saying kind of like there's some extenuating circumstances. What are they?
Dak's deal was, we were working on that, and Dak was in and didn't really affect anything in terms of, what we were doing. He was practicing every day and working hard, and as you know, he's not distracted by things like that. So.
Woo! Y'all better know when you hear you better know when you hear a minor shot. All the other players who wanted contracts, what have they done? Hold out. What has Micah Parsons said he's going to do? He's going to do an in-camp holdout. He will not participate in drills, but he will sit there and watch the drills. Dak Prescott's gotten the biggest contract in NFL history. They pranced Trey Lance all up and inside the building. We spent an entire preseason talking about Trey Lance, only for Dak Prescott to get the deal of the century. And notice what he said, and still practiced. And still practiced. Why is he saying that? So you're saying you want to continue to prolong Micah Parsons' deal and you expect him to be at practice? Now, quarterbacks are different, y'all, and y'all know this. Quarterbacks are different. Got to be careful with quarterbacks because quarterbacks can get hurt, still come back and get tremendous deals. You mess around and be a running back, wide receiver, defensive end, some of these guys who your position really depends on your ability to be quick. Man, you mess around and go in there and mess up a knee, you done. I truly understand, even though I don't like it, but I also truly understand why those guys hold out on those first deals because they don't want to be out there and wind up getting hurt and then their career's over. I thought Dak Prescott was taking a chance last year playing and practicing for the Cowboys, and that deal was on the horizon. And now Micah Parsons' deal, it's the last year. It's the fifth-year option. But I think Micah's going to even make a clear stand. If the Cowboys don't sign Micah Parsons, I will find it hard to believe that he'll play. I'll find it hard to believe he'll play. I do. I just don't think he'll play. I think he'll hold out until he gets the deal. Even though I think he's going to get signed. I just don't understand what's going on now. That's all I can tell you. I don't understand what's going on, but it's crazy to me.
So, the CD deal was just different, and we'll just see how Micah's deal goes. I don't necessarily know that there's a lot of, extenuating situations out there that would precede us from being able to get our hands around something with Micah, but we'll see.
Boy, this dude here. Hey, man. I'm just telling y'all, it is what it is with this dude, Stephen Jones, man. I'm just telling y'all with Stephen Jones, man. This dude is unpredictable to me. This dude is. Do you hear the stuff he's saying and how he's saying it? This dude is saying some stuff. He's not saying the type of stuff that Jerry says. Oh, no, Michael, we getting that deal done. That's Jerry. No big deal. Not even a consideration. Listen to this dude talk. Listen to this dude talk. Hey, we'll see. I don't necessarily see. So you're saying there's a possibility then? See, the Cowboys could stop all this right now. Sign Michael Parsons tomorrow. Just sign him tomorrow, and then you worry about everybody else. You worry about everyone else tomorrow. And this is one of the reasons, guys, I didn't want Michael doing all this talking. I didn't want Michael doing all this talking because, man, they're making a mockery of this man. It seems like they're making a mockery of him. He's begging to get signed, and they won't sign him. Then they go to Oso Digizua first. I'm just saying, this is all strange to me. Strange to me. Let me read some of your comments. Then we're going to get back into some more of this. Big Tex, he's going to be aggressively selecting sitting on stuff. Hey, we're going to talk about that next. What's going on, Jared? He said, salute. Same to you. He said, my opinion is we should play chess here and keep Oso away from Dan Quinn. You know, Jared, it's kind of hard to play chess with Oso Digizua. He's an unrestricted free agent. I mean, we can talk to him all the way up until March the 10th. But at the end of the day, March the 10th is D-Day. Also, Digizua is going to hit that free agency. I mean, he's going to start talking to folk. And by March the 12th, he'll be signed. Gary McKnight, yes, sir. I'm going to upgrade. And I think the Cowboys, I know we love our players. I think we can upgrade. I give me 3 players. 3 are better than 1. Get you a couple of these guys. There it is. I've been hearing this guy's name, Allen. He says, what do you think? You could pick up Allen, keep Olsen, and steal it for Micah. I would pick up Allen and another defensive tackle and then go in the draft. I mean, I'm talking from the Cowboys' perspective. If I'm as serious about Michael Parsons as I say that I am, well, forget all this dumb talk. This is dumb stuff to me. Sign this man and go on and let's move on. If he is a part of the plan, as Jerry has been saying, sign this man and move on. Do it. It just don't make sense to play these dumb games. You mess around and play dumb games, you get dumb prizes. That's it, Robert M. He can call the shot. He can. But for me, he can walk. Exactly. He's not a difference maker up front. Woo! I done already told y'all, I already got my paper. I already got my number wrote. I'm not even wasting these guys' time. I'm not wasting their time. I'm putting that paper in front of them, say, hey, this is where we at. Circumstances. Yes, sir, Suge Midnight. You just said it. Circumstances where you take a cheap deal. And I just wonder, I told y'all this before. Michael was saying he'll take that cheap deal. Somewhere somebody's asking how cheap. Somebody's asking that somewhere and not talking about it. What's going on, OG Cowboys fan for life? What's up? Yes, sir. Smash that like button, y'all. Miss Matrix, what's going on? I'm bringing you some new video tonight. Louise, he said they're getting rid of Allen because they can't afford the $22 million hit on the cap, so they're not paying Osa that. So now you put these guys, see, for me, I put these guys in a chokehold. If nobody will pay them that, then now some of these guys are going to have to circle the block, and they're going to have to take cheaper money. Jameson, he said, I don't know why Cassidy wants me to send a picture of myself. She was the best friend in high school. Jameson, I hope everything is going good with you. Jared says, part of my Bengals tag T. Higgins. Part of why the Bengals tag T. Higgins, in my opinion, is to keep him away from KC and Buffalo. 2 teams he would have likely went to if they moved on. Sometimes have to be manipulative and deny rivals. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm just willing to let Oso go. I am. I'm just willing to let him go. I'm just willing to let Oso Digizua go. It's just me. Should said if the Cowboys trade Michael Torches and Pitfall, said, "Woo, hey, this would be like Luka Doncic." But let me tell you, Suge Midnight. There'll also be a lot of fake outrage. There will be a lot of fake outrage by the media when behind closed doors they'll love it. They will love it behind closed doors. because they'll have enough material to last them all the way from March until May. If the Cowboys were to do something crazy with Micah Parsons, the media would talk about it all the way into the draft. They would. General, what's going on? Woo, boy, you just said something here. He said not buying anything the Cowboys say, either win or shut up. At this point, it's not even win or shut up. I say you either sign Micah or shut up. This is crazy. I mean, what they're doing with Micah Parsons, I mean, maybe they got some plan we don't understand. But to me, this thing with Micah Parsons is crazy. Filthy. Dak Holmes filthy. What's going on? Kevin Howard, what's good to see you in the chat. Gary says it doesn't make sense. You would think the longer they delay, the market goes up. I'll tell you this, Gary McKnight. I just believe there are just some things I wouldn't be tripping on. If I'm Micah Parsons, I'm sorry, man. I'm setting a date. If I don't have a deal by this date, there would be no discussion. Micah Parsons could hit free agency too if he wanted to. He could hit free agency too if he wanted to. I mean, the Cowboys are going to have some. I mean, they could keep tagging him if they, but then that would really cost them a lot of money, and that would be the dumbest thing they could ever do. But Micah Parsons, from everything he seems to say, he seems to be pretty confident in these things that Stephen Jones is saying. Let's hear some more Stephen, then we'll read some more comments.
When he says he'd like to see you guys be aggressive, do you and Jerry hear that? Like in how you attack free agency and looking to add players?
No, I mean, we're going to be selectively aggressive out here. I mean,
Hold on. I'm going to come back and do a video on this tonight. I could be wrong. But Stephen Jones said something in here that I haven't heard anyone talk about. Well, y'all about to hear it first from me. Let's rewind this for a second. Hold on a second. Let me see if he said what I heard him say.
to these things. And, every contract negotiation's different. I mean, CD, there were still other receivers that were trying to get their deal done, and some of them, Dak was in and didn't really affected by things, situations out there that, no, I mean, we're going to be around something with Micah, but we'll see.
When he says he'd like to see you guys be aggressive, do you and Jerry hear that? Like in how you attack free agency and looking to add players?
Stop. Y'all might not remember. I said this last week. I said it the week before last. I'm not listening to players when it comes to getting players. Y'all might not remember, but I said that. This is what you get these coaches for. This is why you want to sit down with them and ask them what do they think about certain players. You want to ask them. You're not concerned about hearing a player speaking out in the media trying to force you to do whatever they want you to do. Now, y'all heard clearly. Do you hear when Micah Parsons talk? Does that affect you and Jerry? Now, I could be totally wrong. Listen to his answer. And it's so quick. Everyone keeps talking about the selective aggressiveness. But no one's saying this part. Listen to his answer.
No, I'm.
Wait a minute. How do you not hear Micah Parsons beating the drums, the media out there flapping their gums about Micah Parsons and applaud Micah Parsons? We ought to get on the bandwagon with Micah Parsons and everything he's saying. I'm hearing this from Dallas Cowboy fans and some content creators. And I said it. I'm not listening to a player. They don't do the type of work that guys who really evaluate talent does. I'm listening to the talent evaluators, the coaches even, the guys who spend hours watching tape. Listen to this again. I could be crazy, but he gave an answer that no one's talking about.
I mean, we're going to be selectively aggressive. Dak was in and didn't really affect anything in terms of, what we were doing. He was practicing every day and working hard, and as you know, he's not distracted by things like that. So, the CD deal was just different, and we'll just see how Micah's deal goes. I don't necessarily know that would precede us from being able to get our hands around something with Micah, but we'll see.
When he says he'd like to see you guys be aggressive, do you and Jerry hear that, like in how you attack free agency and looking to add players?
No, I mean,
do y'all now understand why I've been saying some of the things I've been saying? I like Micah Parsons. Micah, be quiet. Silence is deafening. Some people don't understand this part of the game. Silence speaks louder than words sometimes. When you get a fool talking, you know the best thing to do when a fool starts talking? Stop talking. If you go back and forth with a fool, the Bible tells us no one knows who the fool is. Has anybody noticed the things that people say about Micah Parsons? Well, his owner keeps talking, so why can't he keep talking? No. Stop listening to these stupid people who want you to keep talking, because the more you talk, the more they get the right, the more they get to come on TV and clown this franchise. No. Just be quiet. Micah Parsons is in the catbird seat. He's getting a deal. Whether it be here or somewhere else, Micah Parsons is getting a deal. Stop doing all this stuff. Stop saying all this stuff, because Stephen Jones just said it. It ain't moving the needle. No, listen to his answer.
I mean, we're going to be selectively aggressive out here.
Let me translate that for y'all, because some people may be translating this wrong. Let me translate that for y'all. Selectively aggressive, meaning we're not getting who Micah Parsons tells us to get. Do you want to hear it any clearer? Some people are saying this means that we're going to be cheap. I don't think it means we're going to be cheap. He's answering the question, and that's the part no one is addressing. No, he answered the question. I'm not listening to Micah Parsons. Do you know we got guys like Will McClay? He got a team. Shotty got a team. We now got a coaching staff. They're at the combine. We're watching players. We're looking at what do we need to do and how can we maximize value. You think we're listening to Micah Parsons? No. Telling y'all. I'm just telling you. Many guys don't want to hear. I'm a billionaire. I'm paying you. And I don't pay you for player evaluation. Stephen just said it clear as day, and people are misinterpreting the answer. We're going to be selectively aggressive. Now, let me tell you what I think that means. One, we're not drafting anybody that Micah Parsons is recruiting, telling us to do, get, whatever the case may be. No, it's not what we're doing. Selectively aggressive. This can be glass half full, glass half empty. We're going to be aggressive, but wherever we're aggressive, we're going to make sure that it's going to be an impact player that is going to bring, and we got to accept it for what it is, an impact player that is going to bring value as well as impact, because the Cowboys are always looking for both. They're not just going to go out because somebody says, go get Myles Garrett. Would we love to see Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons on the team at the same time? Yes. But you know what these guys are saying? We're not doing it. You know why? Because we're not giving up draft picks for Myles Garrett. We're not doing it. We're not giving up 2 first rounders. We're not giving up a 12. We're not giving up a 12 for Myles Garrett. And we're not giving up next year's for Myles Garrett. We're not doing it. That's what they're saying. We're going to be selectively aggressive. So, my expectation for the Cowboys in free agency, day 2 and 3. Day 2 and 3. It'll be hard pressed if it's day 1. Hard pressed. Day 1, y'all get ready. Day 1, hard pressed. Because that's when the real big ticket players go. The Cowboys will not be focused on those big ticket players. Day 2 is where I think you'll see the Cowboys start talking. And they're going to selectively. Now, we got to understand what we're talking about with the Cowboys and selectively. What are we talking about? Let's talk about our needs real quick. What do we need? Running back, we don't need. Not in free agency. Do not get a running back in free agency unless he's going to be a part of the 1-2 punch, preferably the 2. I'm actually kind of tripping because I heard Rico Dowdle name mentioned. But if I'm Rico Dowdle, I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, I appreciate it, but I'm testing free agency. Honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't bring back Rico Dowdle. I would actually even try to get cheaper than Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle just had a 1,000-yard season. Rico Dowdle is going to be wanting the bag, and I don't blame him. Bro, get your money. You're a running back. This may be the last bag you're going to get. You got low mileage on your body, thanks to Mike McCarthy not liking to run the ball. Some of it's been injury, but you seem to have finally gotten your body right. There are talks out there that Sean Payton wants to bring Rico Dowdle over there. Bro, get your money. From the Cowboys, thanks but no thanks, Rico Dowdle. Thanks but no thanks. I'm actually going to go get more bang for my buck. I'm going and get Nick Chubb. I would get Nick Chubb. I would. Man, I get Nick Chubb around $3-4 million. Bring him in on a 2-year deal. I bring Nick Chubb in on a 2-year deal. I'll give him $7-8 million guaranteed, 2 years. I'm going to go in the draft, and I'm going to get my number 1 running back in the first round. I'm going to give you my scheme on that too. I'm going to get him either in the first or the second, depending upon what happens early in that first part of the draft. I'm going to get him either in the first or the second. Then I'm going to go in that 5th round where the Cowboys have about 4 picks right there in a row almost. Then I'm going to go in there and get Michael Yarns. Appreciate you for turning me on to Michael Yarns. I'm going to get Michael Yarns. Or a similar back. I'm getting me 2. I love Deuce Vaughn, but I'm probably going to let Deuce Vaughn walk. I would trade him or I would do something. But I'm serious about winning. I can't. I mean, to me, Deuce Vaughn, he's not a small, light guy, but his stature, I don't know. I just don't know what they can do with him. He just didn't seem to fit. Now, maybe they could do something different with Shoddy in place, so maybe they'll give that a shot. But if I'm the Cowboys, I get 2 running backs in this draft. 2. I'm gonna get me one in the later rounds, and I'm gonna get me 1 in the first round, first or the second at the latest. Jackie Smith, what's going on? She said we have 105 people on here on 30 likes. Can we please get them likes up? Yes, please hit that like button. Appreciate you, Jackie. Jared said, did you see the segment on the facility a while back in the offseason where Shady said that Dak Prescott always chokes in big games? You know, a lot of people say that mythology. But I'll tell you this. One of the things that teams are focusing on, Jared, and when you think about the fact of the Cowboys in the 90s, I'm just using them as another blueprint. You know why Troy Aikman didn't choke in big games? The same reason Jalen Hurts didn't choke in big games this year. Because you don't put the big games on his shoulders. You put a team together that says, we're not putting all this on Dak Prescott. No, we refuse to put all of this on Dak Prescott. We're going to take pride as a defense, and if we don't score, they don't score. We're not giving up a touchdown today. That's our goal. No, we're not giving up a touchdown. I promise you. We're not giving up a touchdown. That's the defense you want. You go into a game where the defense has the quarterback's back. Hey, play free today. Are we saying turn the ball over? No. You play free. You play free, you play loose. We got the rest. The Cowboys had defenses in the 90s. We don't give them enough credit. Those dudes had headhunters, man. They controlled the line of scrimmage, and they had headhunters at the linebacker position, at the safety position. Man, they were thumping people. Our problem is we've been putting too much on Dak Prescott. In actuality, Dak Prescott has been the only one to show up in some of these games. And because he's the only one showing up, and he's the only one that's slinging the rock all over the place and we put him in situations to where it's Dak or bust. How about we stop doing that? We never put Troy Aikman in positions of Troy or bust. We didn't do that to Troy Aikman. We put Troy Aikman in situations to where, hey, man, even if Emmett don't get 100 yards, our offensive line is so good, they're going to dedicate so much of their resources to stopping our run game, Troy. You're going to have some quality throws here today. You should be eating our play action. And then when we get close, they can't stop us. Emmitt Smith could run for 50 yards and still get 2 or 3 touchdowns. Why? Because once they got the goal line, they were money. The Cowboys inside the 5 in the 90s, money. They didn't have to worry about doing dumb stuff that we do with Dak Prescott. We get down in the red zone and we can't score. We get in the red zone like couldn't score. We struggle with that even with Mike McCarthy. We would get in the red zone sometimes, and we couldn't score as effectively as we did the previous year with Kellen Moore. No, you get you a doggone run game that says when we get in the red zone, don't worry about it, hand it off. You get your run game that says, hey, man, 3rd and 3, we ain't worried about it. We're going to run it twice. We're going to run it twice. 3rd and 3, we're running it twice. And if we don't, you're going to have to play action because they're going to be so afraid of us running it down here on 3rd and 3 that they're going to have to give up something in the passing game. Yeah. Jared, our problem has been we have put too much on this man. And this is one of the main reasons why, if you check what other teams are doing now, they're all doing this. They did it they're doing it. They're trying to even do it with Patrick Mahomes. Take more off of his plate and spread it around to other people. Spread it around. Stop putting everything on just the quarterback because you can't. It's not sustainable. Even with Patrick Mahomes, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. You got to start trying to say, hey, you know what? He's good, but we got to get him an offensive line, Patrick Mahomes. Hey, he's good. We got to get him a dynamic running game. We saw that. We finally saw that with Patrick Mahomes even this year. Man, we got to get some players around this dude. Travis Kelce is on a steep decline. This dude is sliding down a hill. He's sliding down an ice hill on roller skates. I mean, come on. Even Patrick Mahomes, man, people are saying we got to get somebody around this dude. It's not sustainable. It's not. I don't care who your quarterback is. It's not sustainable to try to help him, to try to make him be Superman his entire career. It's not sustainable. It hasn't worked for the Baltimore Ravens. They still haven't figured it out. It hasn't worked for the Buffalo Bills. They still haven't figured it out. We've already figured out Justin Herbert. As much as they want him to be Superman, he can't be Superman. Trevor Lawrence, they thought he was going to be Superman. We found out he's not even Superman. He's not even Clark Kent. We're asking Dak Prescott to do something that no other team is asking their quarterback to do. If they are, name me the team outside of Kansas City. And even they are having to relent. This is not sustainable with Patrick Mahomes anymore. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable with Patrick Mahomes no more. If we don't go out and get this man some serious weapons over the next couple of years, I'm telling y'all, we are about to watch a phenomenon with the Kansas City Chiefs because the next question becomes, how much longer is Andy Reid going to coach? How much longer? Patrick Mahomes is going to look different without Andy Reid, y'all. I'm telling you. He's going to look different without Andy Reid. And if they don't go get him a power run game, if they don't go get him an offensive line to stop these defensive lines that you're going to see teams building over the next 2 seasons, Patrick Mahomes is going to look more like he looked at Texas Tech than he looked early in his career at Kansas City. Byron Joe David, what's going on? Appreciate that super chat. He said the hoodie will be here on Thursday. Yeah, that thing is crazy, man. Yeah, that hoodie is crazy. Yes, sir. Glad to drop that fashion, that Cowboys fashion. I'm gonna have to start highlighting some of that stuff. Jackie, I'm with you. I'm already tired of this. Ice Wall Cowboy. I'm telling you, bro. Everybody is talking about the wrong thing with the selective. Oh, yeah, we're going to be selectively aggressive. He just told us. People not even talking about what he asked first. We don't care what Michael Parsons is talking about. Telling us. Jackie, don't get tired. I'm excited about this team. That statement right there. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about this Cowboys team and what they're doing right now. I'm not as happy about the fact they haven't signed Michael Parsons. I wish if they're signing him, sign him. I'm not happy about that because I don't want more of the same of that stuff. Please, let's not carry Michael Parsons' contract out into beyond free agency, beyond the draft. No, no, no. If we're signing him, let's sign him. Gary McKnight, I don't like the word selectively aggressive. To me, it translates to bargain shopping. I don't think it translates to bargain shopping. I think it is saying, though, don't expect us to go out day one and just start blowing money fast. I don't think they're going to be blowing money fast. I think they've already targeted. The players they want. It's just a matter if they're going to get them. Selective. Let's understand. Selective. We're going to be very selective. So what does that mean? We already know who we want. Y'all might not realize it, but the Cowboys have a plan. I've been saying this since mid-season. A lot of people don't like it, but I'm sticking to my guns. They have a plan. They have a plan. They do. They have a plan. I think they know exactly who they want. I think the Cowboys are so calculated. They know exactly what they're going to do if Oso Digizua don't sign. I think they know exactly what they're going to do. This team with Brian Schottenheimer, I'm telling y'all, they're doing some different stuff. And Brian Schottenheimer. Y'all better get ready for Brian Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer has these people listening to him. They're listening to him. Stephen Jones said in this interview, blew my mind. I wouldn't have believed it if he hadn't said it. I owe somebody that was in the chat a couple of weeks ago, I owe him an apology. He was right. He said that Brian Schottenheimer chose this coaching staff. I didn't want to believe it. Stephen Jones said in this interview, Brian Schottenheimer chose the coaching staff. When? Since Jimmy Johnson has this happened? He chose the coaching staff. He interviewed every last one of them, and he hired them. And all these crazy kooky positions that they have on this team that no one has, because no one even knew what all these guys were going to be doing, is Brian Schottenheimer. It is. It's Brian Schottenheimer. It is. They're doing things different. I can't help but be excited. Mike McCain, everybody's talking about what he just said on that, has been going around all day, and everybody's up in arms and upset about it. Everybody's taking it he's automatically going to be cheap. I don't think that's what he's saying, Mike. That question, if you listen in context, That question was in direct response to what they asked about Michael Parsons. That's what it was. He basically said, we're not listening to him. Not listening to Michael Parsons. I don't think that's just Michael Parsons. They're not listening to any of these players. No, they got people in place for this stuff. I don't think they're going to be cheap. I think they know exactly who they want. They know who they want. They've already got them selective. They already know who they want. They know they're already targeting, okay, what are we going to have to feel? See, the other side of the Michael Parsons deal may be, okay, we already know we're going to sign Michael Parsons, so we don't have to focus on Michael Parsons. They're looking at these other ones because also Diggy is playing a huge part in who are we going to get in free agency? What do we need to do? They're going to be selectively aggressive. Mills said, G, Hurts number 1 in the division, Dak number 3. Will have to be proven first. The Super Bowl doesn't prove he's number 1. The Super Bowl proves if he's on the best team. Now, you already know what I've said, Mills 36. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather be the quarterback on the best team than be the best quarterback in the division. So what the Cowboys have to do is focus on Dak has already proven he's the best quarterback in the division. But the issue is it's not paying off because while you have the best quarterback in the division, you haven't had the best team in the division. Now it's time to say enough's enough. We know Dak Prescott can throw it all over the field. We know he can score 30. We know he can score 40. We know all the things that Dak Prescott can do. Now it's time to say, now it's time to have the best team. We worry about stuff, I'm telling y'all, we never worried about with Troy Aikman. We never worried about it. We never had to worry about somebody saying, hey, man, Troy Aikman is the best quarterback in the league. Nobody cared. Cowboy fans didn't care if Troy Aikman was the best quarterback in the league because you couldn't argue that we didn't have the best team in the league. Let's have that argument. Jim Kelly better than Troy Aikman? Yes, he is. Was he on a better team than Troy Aikman? No, he wasn't. Does he have more Super Bowls than Troy Aikman? No, he don't. That's all the argument we need to have. All we want now is Lombardis. All we want now is Lombardis. No more thank you Lordies. We're going to have some thank you Lordies too, but we want Lombardis with them thank you Lordies. We don't, all the stuff about having the best players, all this team got to be focused now. We're not worried about CeeDee Lamb any longer being the best wide receiver in football. Let's not worry about Michael Parsons being, first 4. He's one of the only defensive edge rushers to have 50 sacks in his first 50 sacks in his first 4 seasons. So this is what this team's mentality has to start being. When somebody starts bringing up individual accolades, so we don't care. Is Dak Prescott better than Jalen Hurts? Is he? We don't care. He's our quarterback. We don't care no more. We got to get this mentality in our heads. Okay, we don't care. This isn't a competition. This is a problem. We make these competition between players. No, this is about this team now. And this is where we got to go. We got to go with this team. Jackie Smith, but you gave up a 4 for me. Jackie, you know what? Master P used to have this term he called it charge it to the game. Sometimes you're going to have to charge it to the game. We're going to have to charge it to the game on Trey Lance, charge it to the game. They swung and they lost. They swung and they missed. Trey Lance is going into free agency now. I'm excited to see where he goes. I wish him nothing but success. Jonathan Mingo, we're going to see what he is with Dak Prescott. And we may come away impressed with Jonathan Mingo. But I'll tell you this, Jackie. I don't want this to have nothing to do with what the Cowboys do in the draft. Get you a wide receiver. We're not taking no more chances on, okay, we took a chance on Jalen Tolbert. We were hoping he was going to come into camp, tear it up, even though he scored the most touchdowns on the Dallas Cowboys amongst the wide receivers on the team this year. Even with 10 touchdowns, Jalen Tolbert never looked like a number 2. Jalen Tolbert looks like maybe a solid number 3. But I'm sorry, I'm done. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm done with being in love with our players. If I get the opportunity to bring in Amari Cooper to take the place of Jalen Tolbert, see you later. See you wouldn't want to be you. Oh, Amari Cooper, if you come here, let me have a conversation with you. You're going to be the third wide receiver, bro. Because we're going in this draft and we're getting T-Mac from Arizona. Or we're getting Emeka Ibuka. Or we getting, I've been seeing some other names flying around out there. Y'all throw me some names out there. I've been hearing again. I'm going to go do some more film work on this guy from TCU everybody keeps talking about. I'm getting me a bona fide number 2 in this draft. I'm from the Cowboys, I'm not playing with this. I'm getting me a bona fide number 2. Somebody that can potentially be a number 1. I am going to get him. Let's hear a little bit more from Stephen Jones. I got a couple more things I want you to hear him say.
I mean, we want to, obviously our goals historically have been, to try to fill as many of your must and needs before the draft so you can pick best player on your board. Didn't get that totally accomplished last year, but certainly that's always the goal, and every year is different in terms of what those musts and needs are. And then you also, have to marry up what's in free agency versus where the draft is heavy, where we can help ourselves in the draft.
You guys have always said that keeping your own.
We already know where it's heavy. Running back, wide receiver, maybe what? I think there are some defensive tackles in this draft. It seems to me this is a great draft for every position except for quarterback. That seems to be the only position.
Is the most important part of free agency. With a guy like Osa, where do things stand with him and your willingness to want to keep him?
Yeah, we're certainly working with him right now, working with his agent, and have had productive talks, and we'll see where we end up this week.
Is franchise tag a possibility?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the details. Obviously, franchise and transition tags, those are all tools that are used. But, getting into that right now, we're focusing right now on Osan, trying to get a deal done.
Shocked if they franchise tag him. Shocked. I think the franchise tag right now for defensive tackles would be somewhere around, $24 million? Somewhere in that range? No. No way, no how. No way, no way, no how. I don't even think they're thinking about this with Osa Odighizuwa. I think they're trying to get a deal. Now, I love what he said. Y'all catch what he said. He said, we'll see what happens by the end of the week. Maybe we're going to know something by Friday. He said by the end of the week. Because if you don't get this done by the end of the week, and we start looking at the calendar, the end of this week, it will be March the 1st. The Saturday after that is March the 8th. It's D-Day. Because that Monday, it's on and popping. It's on and popping. The Cowboys literally have here, what is this? The Cowboys literally have 13 days, and it's D-Day. It is on and popping. You're going to start hearing this week, and especially next week, you're going to start seeing, I believe, more people are going to start either signing their own, or we're going to start hearing who's going to be released. And they're doing their due diligence. They're doing their due diligence. I like what they're doing. They're trying to get Osa Odighizuwa on a cheaper deal. That's what they're trying to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do with Osa Odighizuwa. They want to get him on a cheaper deal. And they want to try to get him on that cheaper deal because once he hits free agency, it's going to be a madhouse. Philadelphia Eagles have thrown the value of defensive tackle, into the stratosphere. Also, Odighizuwa, because he can get quarterback pressure even if he doesn't get home as much as he probably should, they're going to probably try to – there'll be a couple of teams that want to pay him for sure. Yes, sir, Kevin Howard. Boy, I did that video on that dude, Michael Yarns. Woo! That boy nice. He looks better than Tony Pollard looked. Stats way better, for real. Jackie Smith, you're right. That's what they do. They put it all on Dak. That's the problem. We put too much on him. Got to stop doing it. We got to stop saying we only go as far as Dak take us. Take us? Are we hearing what we're saying? I'd be offended if I was on this team. What do you mean as far as Dak take us? How about we go as far as we go? No man left behind. As far as we go, that's how far we go. No more of this as far as Dak take us. Well, who has Dak's back? Who has Dak Prescott's back if he can't take us? Who has his back? Who steps up and says, Dak, don't worry about it. We got it. Who do the coaches go to and say, hold on a second, we got to settle Dak down. Let's get this going. No, it's Dak or bust. We got to get out of that mentality. Cowboys never put Troy Aikman in that situation. It was never Troy or bust. The Cowboys were so good that even when something wasn't working, it was working. It was working. We will never give the Philadelphia Eagles credit, but let me tell you, 27 for 57 with Saquon Barkley. You don't think it was working? It was working even when it wasn't working. Philadelphia said, okay, you want to stop Saquon Barkley? Well, guess what? We're going to keep on running him. Even when it wasn't working, it was working. That's how you do it. So many of these teams are so dumb. Ooh, they stopped the run in the first quarter. That means we got to stop running and become one-dimensional? I wish I would. I'm not going to become one-dimensional because you're stopping the run. I just took away half my playbook. A lot of my playbook is predicated on, can I run the ball? There are very few quarterbacks that you can literally line up and say, throw the run game in the trash. I think we're even seeing with Patrick Mahomes, they can't do that no more. Unless you're going to line up super studs all the way across the line, which most people cannot afford. Unless you're going to line up super studs all the way across the line, then you can say, let's throw the run game in the trash. You can't do that with most teams. You can't do it. You got to run the ball. You got to run it. Ice Cold, he said Larry Allen was a huge factor. Boy, whew, that man was a monster. That man was going all the way to the second level on folk, man. He going to the second level on folk. Angie, that Rebel Chicks in the crib, what's going on? All right, let me get to some more of this because I want to give y'all some stuff to be excited about. Some stuff that I believe the Cowboys can do in this thing. The 70s fan, does anybody know Stephen Jones? Yeah, man, I know. He's now co-owner. Yes, sir. He is now co-owner. Yes, sir. I think they're about to turn it over to him. I do. I think they're about to turn it over to him. Danny, what's going on? He says it's all lies and drama because you got to be serious. It hasn't been a Super Bowl in 30 years, G. What are you talking about? It's time to get one. That's what I'm talking about. It's time to get one. It is. Gary Minite, I think he's saying the right thing. I just don't think we're used to him saying the right thing. He's telling folk, we're not listening to Michael Parsons. That's one. Number two, y'all stop thinking we're about to run out here in free agency and just the first day just start, whoa, the best player available. No. Selective. They know who they want. They've already narrowed it down to who they want. And I bet you they are drawing up scenarios on if we don't get, if we don't get. They're doing the due diligence. I mean, we got to be excited for it. Woo, man. Man. People don't understand, Ice Cold Cowboy, how good these players are you just mentioned. When you got Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, and Jim Kelly, and you still get beat, that lets you know how good those teams were. Especially in the NFC East. The NFC East was a beast in the 90s. They were. They were a beast. Lost in translation, what's going on? Gregory Davis, what's going on? Woo, Gregory, stop telling the truth. How many Hall of Famers have won the Super Bowl at quarterback? It's a small list. Because you know what? There have been, and some of these guys, they get Hall of Fame because they win. But there are quite a few guys. You think about some of these guys that are in the Hall of Fame that got these Super Bowls. A couple of them that come to mind. Go look at the supporting cast. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is go look at the supporting cast. When the Denver Broncos put everything on John Elway's shoulders, they couldn't win. They couldn't win. A lot of folk don't understand that pigeon-toed John Elway, boy, that dude was an absolute monster of a quarterback. Running the ball, throwing the ball, I mean, tough as nails. He was tough. You know when life changed for John Elway? Terrell Davis. Man, let me tell y'all something about Terrell Davis if y'all never saw him. I think Terrell Davis might have had 3 of the most dominant years I've ever seen by a running back. Terrell Davis in those Super Bowl years for the Denver Broncos, man, the dude knees basically just gave up on him. That doggone Terrell Davis. Whew. This dude got in the Hall of Fame based on a couple of seasons. And rightfully so, probably, because he helped get John Elway those Super Bowls because he changed life for him. Go look at a lot of these quarterbacks, these Hall of Famers. Keep thinking they threw those teams to Super Bowls. Go look at the supporting cast. Insanity. Including running back. Go look at him. Terry Bradshaw, Hall of Famer. Who was in the backfield? Just go look in the backfield. Franco Harris, guys like that. Look at the defense on the other side of him. Look at the wide receivers he had. Lynn Swann, Stallworth, guys like that. We think these quarterbacks literally go and throw teams into the Super Bowl. No, they don't. No, they actually don't. They're very balanced and their defenses are devastating. Their defenses are devastating on a lot of these teams. Because I can name you some quarterbacks of the Hall of Fame that didn't win Super Bowls. And if you look at the supporting cast, they were missing that defense or they were missing that run game. Todd Church, yes, sir. You the one turned me on. I think, was you turned me on to Michael Yarns? Man, this dude is devastating, man. I love this dude. He's devastating. Azteca, Lance is better going to the USFL and develop there as a starter. I would if I was him. If it gets better, then he can make his way back to the NFL and possibly get a starting job. You know what? And you know, I'm very interested in who the Cowboys get this year from the USFL. The Cowboys have found a couple of gems in that thing, man. In that spring league, they found Kevontae Turpin, Brandon Aubrey. I mean, hey, man, I'm interested in who the Cowboys going to get. Ice Cold Cowboy, you're right. See it. We got to get another one. Let me let you a couple more things about with Steve, and then I'm gonna give you some things to be excited about before we get out of here, boy. Let me tell you, this running back I'm about to, man, y'all already know this running back. But boy, when we about to watch some tape on this dude. Man, this dude is crazy with it. But let's let Stephen Jones a couple more things.
I don't, without revealing, obviously, your entire evaluation strategy. When you come to the combine and events like these and you get in front of these players, is there something?
We expect to have.
All right, then I'm skipping to 17.
What's the impact of the cap going up 277 to 281?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously gives every team more room, and in a lot of cases, which it should, it can drive the market up on individual players in terms of what they would have gotten versus, when it goes up a little more than maybe the teams had expected, but. Certainly, from our viewpoint, it gives us, some more flexibility in terms of what we can do.
It allows you to be more selectively aggressive. I don't know I think that was the term used.
Yeah.
Does it give you more options, I guess?
Yeah, certainly. And, looking at our own guys as well as, free agents, potential free agents. Obviously, one year we thought we had really improved our football team through a couple of trades. And so there's a lot of ways to, do your player acquisition, and we'll continue to look at all avenues.
With Osa in particular, I mean, is the defensive tackle position one that, because it's been tough in the draft, that you have to prioritize that even more in free agency?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Osa's a really good football player. He's a homegrown guy who we think's a really good football player, and that's why we're trying to work on getting him signed.
Lawrence, been with you a long time. Difficult to manage what he might do with you guys at all?
No, I mean, we think the world of D-Law. I mean,
This one shocked me. I did not know that the Cowboys were interested in retaining one DeMarcus Lawrence. But it sounds like they're interested in retaining DeMarcus Lawrence's services. And we got to be honest with ourselves. DeMarcus Lawrence is not the pass rusher he used to be. This man is good in the run. He is.
And that guy's laid it on the line for us for years and years and years, and nothing but respect for him. And, it's no different. Every situation's a little different, but he's been right there along with the Tyron Smiths and the Zach Martins, and, think so much of those guys and what they've done over their careers and the successful career they've had. And we'll obviously be sitting down with D-Law and his representatives and see what he's thinking.
I was shocked. I thought the Cowboys were just going to let DeMarcus Lawrence go to free agency. They want to sit down with DeMarcus Lawrence and his agent. Wow, I'm shocked. That one shocked me. It really did. Now, the question is DeMarcus Lawrence going to be willing to give the Cowboys a discount? But, that one shocked me. I just got to be honest with y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I was shocked when they brought up DeMarcus Lawrence in that type of light. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked.
As an ownership group, is apathy the worst case scenario? And you guys haven't had to deal with that even through not having the playoff success. But
I guess you weren't standing here. That's what I said. I want them to have emotion. Apathy is what you don't want. And certainly we understand the emotion involved. And we want our fans to love our team. And we also want them to have emotion when we, don't deliver great results, which 7-10 is not acceptable from our viewpoint. And the lack of success in the postseason is certainly something that's frustrating for us as well, that we want to do something about.
Now, let me tell you why I like what he said. Stephen Jones, if y'all not paying attention, Stephen Jones is saying all the right things. Excuse me. When you hear Jerry talk, Jerry talks about individual players more. Have you noticed what Stephen Jones does? He talks about a team more. And I like what he's saying. The fans have every right to be mad. I'm telling y'all, if y'all not understanding what Stephen Jones is telling y'all, Stephen Jones is giving an open love letter to the fan base. Stephen Jones is saying, we hear you, and we're going to try to get you what you want. Wins, playoff wins, and a Super Bowl. Stephen Jones is saying it. This is what he's saying. And it sounds like to me he's got co-owner on that name tag now. I think we're about to watch the transition of Stephen to Jerry. Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry to Stephen. And I like it from this perspective. What better way for the transition and the confidence in Stephen Jones? Because all of us have been saying the reality is we believe Stephen has been the problem. What better way to get the fan base behind Stephen Jones than for them to go all in? And last year, they said they were going all in. They went all in on their players. But what I'm seeing different this year, they're going all in on their team. And it started with Will McClay, Brian Schottenheimer, all this communication, culture. It's like they're going all in on the team. And now we're liking the stuff that we're hearing from the coaching staff. They're saying the right things. They're ready to start doing the right things. So now we get to see, okay, now what are we going to do in the second phase? What are we about to do in this whole free agency run? Because this is also going to tell us, is Stephen Jones going to live up to what he's saying? And I am fully confident. We may not be elated by what they do in free agency. I got a strange feeling we're not going to be disappointed. I got a strange feeling the Cowboy fans, we're not going to be disappointed. I think they're going to do some things that's going to make us go, that'll help. That'll help. That'll get us to where we need to be. We got to get the first domino. And I think we got to get the first 2 dominoes to fall in free agency. The first 2 dominoes we got to get fall. Let's get Osa Odigizua. Let's decide on whether or not we're signing Osa Odigizua. We know we're, at least I think, we know we're signing Michael Parsons. So let's get those 2 dominoes to drop. And then let's let everything else develop. I got a feeling they'll be talking to D-Law. I heard talk about, if you go back in this interview, I was pleasantly surprised to hear them talking about Jordan Lewis. They want to make him a priority to see if they can get him back. They're going to try to get him back. So they're going to try to keep some of their own. We're already hearing this. But then number 2, then once they're done, and y'all got to understand, this is why I say sometimes I think we got to be patient, be anxious for nothing. Keep this in mind. They have to get all of this done before March the 10th. Because there's no point in going into free agency if you don't know the free agents that you need or where are those free agents going to make impact. So they got to get this all settled this week and next week. So I anticipate we'll know whether or not Osa Odigizua is going to sign by the end of the week, Michael Parsons by the end of next week. And I think everybody else will start falling in between, like the Jordan Lewises of the world, the Marcus Lawrence. I actually want them to go in and get Kevontae Turpin done. I also would like to see them go in and say, man, the heck with this. We're not playing around with Brandon Aubrey either. Go ahead and get Brandon Aubrey a new deal. That dude is kicking on way too little money, and his age is up there. I would like to see them take care of all of that so they can go into free agency with knowing and understanding everything they need to do. Let's hear the last of Stephen Jones. He's going to make a couple of comments here at the end that were mind-blowing to me.
To work with Brian yet in this setting at the combine. But
As a head coach, I've gotten to work with Brian up there looking at players, but not as a head coach.
I was just wondering, what have you been able to tell? Will he be in more interviews than some head coaches have done, or are there any differences?
Yeah, it's just tough to tell yet because we hadn't started the process. I mean, the biggest process I've been involved with Brian is, him hiring his staff, and that's been outstanding. I mean, he's done a hell of a job and been impressive, and really think he's off to a great start. I love the staff that he's put together. And
hold on a sec. Hold on. Shotty put together the staff. I'm just telling y'all. If you're telling me that Brian Schottenheimer put together this staff, and Brian Schottenheimer likes to run the ball, you're also telling me exactly what you're about to do in this draft. They're getting a run game. And I don't think they're going to get an okay run game either. I think the Cowboys are about to try to get a devastating run game. Now, I am a little bit surprised because I heard Terrence Steele they're going to take another shot at Terrence Steele. Doesn't mean they're not also going to do something either in free agency, or they got guys on the team I think that can take Terrence Steele's spot. That don't mean that they're not going to also see if he's going to be able to beat whoever out that wants to compete for that job. The Cowboys got offensive linemen on this team. They have to find the combination. Now, I do think they have to go in free agency and get a left tackle. I think they have to go in free agency and get a left tackle. I also think the kid from the Cardinals, Hernandez, I think he's going to find his way onto the Dallas Cowboys team. I think the Dallas Cowboys offensive line is going to be a lot better than most people understand. They're going to go in and they're going to get the Cowboys are going to have a devastating run game. You watch what I tell you.
now we'll get with those guys and see if we can get some better football players for this team. One or two more, Gus, huh?
You do a lot of interviews here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And
You get a lot of
kind do the chart on who you want to talk to?
Yeah, we'll just pick guys that we want to visit with, and they tape them all, so we get to see them as well. So there's a lot of times we don't get to a lot of them, Jerry and I don't, but we ultimately get to see them, through the draft process.
Do you back to last year? Is there was
Uh-oh. This right here is the answer of the night. Well, this is the second answer of the night. The other one on the selective aggressiveness is the answer of the night. Shotty could be second. This right here. This right here is the answer of the night for me. That lets me know what Steven thought about that team last year.
Regret of the approach you guys took in free agency of letting the guys go and not being able to, when you know now the results of what happened during the course of the season?
Now, people are not as observant. I'm not saying I'm a master observer, but he just gave the answer. He shook his head. We're not sorry about what we did last year. We're not sorry. We're not sorry about letting those veterans go. We're not sorry about the one-year deals with Mike McCarthy and that whole staff. We're not. We don't regret it. This is the same man. Jackie brought it up. They gave up a fourth for Trey Lance, a fourth for Jonathan Mingo. He's saying something. He said they didn't regret the Trey Lance thing. I promise you they don't regret the Jonathan Mingo thing. This dude right here does not regret none of last year because I don't think they wanted any more part of Mike McCarthy. And the only reason why they're saying that whole experiment even failed was injury.
Trying to think the best way to say this, but
say it. No. Just say it. No.
You know, I'm not making, at the end of the day, no excuses. But, you know, when you have the injuries we had, it's difficult.
He's basically saying, had we not been injured, what we did last year would have looked genius.
So, you know, you just, that makes it hard. And we're going to obviously look at everything we do in terms of, you know, how we go about making this team better, how we improve the roster, and you always look for ways to improve, and that's what we're going to do.
Bottom line, hey, man, I'm still excited. I'm still excited about this offseason. I'm still excited. I am. I just think the Cowboys are doing some things they haven't done before. I just think they're doing some things right. Jackie Smith, yeah, stand up and have the guts just to fire him. I think you're talking about McCarthy. Yeah. They were done with him in 23, Jackie. They were done with him. They were totally ticked off that they didn't go. That Green Bay thing, man, they were hot. They were hot about that Green Bay thing. There is no getting around it, y'all. They were hot about that Green Bay thing. So let me switch gears here. I got a couple things that I want to show you before we get out of here. So it is coming down the pike. It is starting to come down the pike. And this happens every single season. Let me go up here. I want to look at Tankatron, guys. Let's look at Tankatron real quick. Because they say that this Tankatron thing is extremely accurate every year. And I noticed they haven't changed anything on Tankatron. They're going to have to make some changes. Because the way people are starting to talk in this draft, I'm telling y'all, this stuff on Tankatron is probably going to change. And this entire draft is going to be a shakeup. I would not pencil in the Tennessee Titans getting Cam Ward. I wouldn't pencil in Cam Ward being the number one wide receiver in this draft. The number one quarterback in this draft. I would not pencil that in. Abdul Carter, I think there are going to be some people after Abdul Carter. I'm not penciling in Shedeur Sanders going to the New York Giants. All of this stuff up here is going to change. And I think one of the reasons why it's going to change is at number 6. I've been saying this, and y'all heard me say it. I think the Raiders are going to make a push to get that number 1 shot, that number 1 draft pick, and they're going to get Shedeur Sanders. And I just believe because Tom Brady and Deion Sanders are good friends. I think this is going to be Deion Sanders' road to the NFL. I think it's going to be with the Raiders. I think that's how he cracks the NFL, is the Raiders. He's already said it. He wants to coach his son, and he wants to coach both his sons. And I think that the Raiders would be the very team, because they want Deion Sanders to be the coach. They'll go get Shador. They'll go get Shador. They'll go get Shador. I mean, they'll go for that number 1 draft pick from the Tennessee Titans. They'll get Shador. And then they'll come right back there towards the middle. And they'll get Shiloh Sanders, even if they have to go up a draft pick earlier than what he's projected. This is Deion Sanders' road to the pros, and I've been thinking this ever since midseason. I never thought he was coming to the Cowboys. I thought Jerry, if he could have got him, should have got him. But, hey, it looks like Brian Schottenheimer might bring some of the changes. I never thought anyone could bring but Deion Sanders. But I can tell you this, Deion is going pro. And I think the plan, boy, man, people are going to give Tom Brady some credit. This dude is doing a job in Oakland. I mean, in Los Angeles. And I'm telling you, he's going to put this team on the map. And he's going to put this team on the map by trying to go get Shador Sanders. I don't know if they'll be successful, but they're going to try to go get him. Now, let's go to something else that is coming down the pike that's probably going to get shaken up. I think there's a good chance that Ashton Jeanty, as much as everyone's saying that Jeanty is going to fall to the Cowboys, Jeanty may not fall to the Cowboys. Because there's another issue here too, that if the Raiders can't pull off the deal with Shador Sanders, some are projecting that then the Raiders will get one Ashton Jeanty. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they get Ashton Jeanty? If everyone is saying that Ashton Jeanty is a generational running back, I'm actually laughing that we're saying that a generational running back, every 11 teams in front of the Dallas Cowboys are going to pass up a generational running back. Ashton Jeanty, if the Raiders don't wind up getting Shador, which I do think there's going to be a great chance to get him, but if they don't get him, they're probably going to get Ashton Jeanty. But if they don't get him, I just got a strange feeling there are going to be some teams that might not let this dude go past him. They just might not, because they may be doing their own research and saying, hey, we may be able to get this player later on, or if we don't get this player later on, then maybe we get the next best thing. Jeanty might not be there, but we got another problem. Jeanty may be there. Let me show you the problem that we have. This happens all the time because people start talking. People start talking about these players. And Mel Kiper Jr., and let me tell y'all something about Mel Kiper Jr. Man, I respect Mel Kiper Jr., but that joker has been wrong on many occasions. And he is saying, and this doesn't sound like this is based on, it doesn't sound like this is based on what he's saying, but based on what he's saying that other people are saying about McMillan. What's going on, Nisi? Good to see you. They're saying that McMillan for Arizona is going to fall out of the top 10. They're saying that McMillan is going to fall out of the top 10. And I'm telling y'all, boy, these are some great problems to have. I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. If McMillan from Arizona falls to number 12, I don't think the Cowboys have any choice but to get him. And I mean, I'm getting him over. I'm getting McMillan over Jeanty. I'm getting McMillan over Jeanty. I would be hard pressed. And this is a great problem to have. It's a great problem to have, y'all. But I'm telling you, if Ashton Jeanty and McMillan are both there, boy, this is I want this problem. There are some problems that people say they don't want. I want these problems. I want this problem. I want the Cowboys to have the problem of choosing between Ashton Jeanty and McMillan. You know why? Because that means you can't lose no matter which way you swing. No matter which way you go, you cannot lose. You cannot lose. Now, me, I've already made a case for Emeka Egbuka. I think the Cowboys would be great with him. This guy is all around 4'3", 40. He is all around a great wide receiver. The thing that you get with McMillan is a super tall, he's a very tall wide receiver. Let me go here. Let's see. See if we can pull up Mel Kiper's thing and look like it's paid here. So we're probably not going to be able to get it. Doggone it. Okay, so it's on ESPN Plus, so I can't see it. But long story short, he keeps saying that McMillan is going to fall to the Cowboys. And I think if the Cowboys got to make that choice, I would get McMillan. Because I don't think that the running back drop-off from Ashton Jeanty is as far as people think it is. I don't think it's that far. I don't. And I was saying that I thought that Omarion Hampton would be a good second guy. But let me show you something I looked at today. Apostolos, he said T-Mac and CD, yes, please. Yeah, I'm with you. Sadness fan, is McMillan at the combine? I'm not sure. But I know this. I was a little bit surprised that Ashton Jeanty bailed out of the combine. Let me see something here. McMillan. Because even the combine, no one's been talking about it the way I thought they would have been talking about it. Let me see here. I'm thinking from what I'm seeing that he is at the combine, but I hadn't heard anything about it. But I can tell you that Mel Kiper Jr. is saying that he's talked to teams. And they're saying that McMillan, after looking at tape, and I looked at some on him too, and I'm pretty sure I know what they were looking at. I looked at some tape on McMillan, and I did see in some of the games where McMillan was dropping some passes. But I can tell you this, I've also seen some tape on him since the season has ended, and this dude McMillan, boy, he's been working on them hands. One hand grabs, he's been working on those hands. Trying to see. They did an article on it. They said he fell out of the top 10. Let me see. Somebody has it up on Instagram. Let's pull it up. Yeah, saying right here it doesn't have a huge write-up on it, but it's saying McMillan could fall out of the top 10 per Albert Breer. It says the more teams have dug into supersized Arizona prospect McMillan, the more he seems to have slipped, going from a surefire top 10 guy into probably the middle of the first round. Woo, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. It says an AFC scouting director doesn't think McMillan was fully healthy in 2024, which could be a factor in his plummeting draft stock. He got hurt in the spring, and I don't know that he ever made it back to 100%. The 2023 tape gives you a better idea of who he is. Now, they're 100% right, because I looked at the 2024 tape, and I was kind of like, hold on a second. I saw a few things that had me worried. But if I'm the Cowboys, I wish he would fall to 12. I wish McMillan would fall to 12 from the Cowboys. We saw what happened when CeeDee Lamb fell in the draft, and we wound up getting CeeDee Lamb. No, this guy to me would be the perfect complement. Perfect complement to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is a run after the catch monster. T. McMillan is a bigger possession type wide receiver. A bigger possession type wide receiver that will make defensive backs look itty bitty. We want T-Mac. I'm telling you, we want T-Mac. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be fine. Unlike a lot of folk, I'm fine not getting Ashton Jeanty. I'm absolutely fine with it. I'm not drunk on Ashton Genty. Let's look at a little bit of tape on this dude, McMillan, and then I'm going to show you a couple of running backs. And this one running back is going to blow our minds. But let's look at McMillan here.
More on the right side of the formation.
Into the end zone to McMillan.
Come on.
A one-handed snag. He pulls it in.
God. Could y'all imagine this dude right here running? This was a weakness of CeeDee Lamb this year. And I don't necessarily know if it's a weakness, but CeeDee Lamb is not the type of 88 that Dez Bryant was. Dez Bryant in this red zone stuff, these corner routes to the end zone, forget about it. Forget about it with Dez Bryant. Forget about it. Dez Bryant was high pointing that ball, and you forget it. Dez Bryant was a touchdown machine in these type of situations. Can you imagine T-Mac? Dak Prescott being able to throw to a 6'5" wide receiver who now the catch radius has went up exponentially. The height of where you can throw the ball has went up exponentially. Where you can put the ball on the outside exponentially. No, you got to have this dude, man. If this dude is there, and I love Emeka, man, I'm telling you, because if we don't get him, I want Egbuka. Hands down, I want Egbuka. But this guy right here would be the perfect complement.
Into the body for the touchdown.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
This is what makes
Arizona, they find themselves behind for the first time. Throw it deep to T-Mac. That's how you answer. And he just
19. Fafita taking a shot down the field, trying to get to McMillan. He's able to find him. McMillan hauls it in at the 16-yard line. He's like, Barrett Brooks, I'm fine.
I don't see a way the Cowboys can pass this kid up if he's there, man. He's a giant. This is how you nullify larger defensive backs. This is the type of kid you can throw to even when he's not open. Even when he's not open. The catch radius is crazy. It is. The catch radius is crazy on this guy. I'd have to get him. Azteca said, yes, Ted is worth the number 12 or even trading down if we can get him in the first round. I gotta get him, Azteca. I do. Yeah. Wild Boy Trey, he said they would feed families for sure. Serotonin, Cowboy, Emeka, man, I'm telling you, if we don't get T, I would get him. I wouldn't even be mad if the Cowboys got Emeka. But this dude right here, woo, man, he crazy. Wild Boy Trey, man, 6,000. Hey, man, he that. He that. Top gunner. I feel like we need to draft the number 2 receiver at 12, then a running back in the second. McMillan, Egbuka, yes. Pair with Hampton and Henderson in the second round. Man, hold on a second. Top gunner, let's go to the tape. We're about to watch some more tape. AJ not going to be there at 12. Got to get a wide receiver. And if Ted is there, get him. Facts. Boy, yes. Yes. Got to get him. Got to get him. Real fan, I'm taking wide receiver over RB1. As tackle, we've been needing a true number 2 and physical receiver. He's it. And he's only going to get bigger. He's only going to get bigger, guys. Look at him. This guy's a giant, man. This kid's a giant. I'm sorry. If he's there for the Cowboys, boy, you got to get him. You got to get him. You got to get him. For sure. You got to get this kid. Jackie said they passed on Pat Mahomes also. Yeah, I bet they won't do it this time. And he said in the past few years, we've had a good luck of players following us, CD and Parsons. Woo, I'm telling you, man, we got to get this guy right here. Woo. Top gunner. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. JS2, my advice, don't fall too much in love with the track type numbers. Someone else said that too, and it might have been you, JS2, because we got wide receivers that run 4.4s. He runs a 4.5. I'll take him. He runs a 4.5. And this guy right here, JS2, we're not getting him based on speed. 4.5 ain't no slouch either. But we're not getting him based on speed if we get him. We're getting this guy based on size, strength, catch radius. I mean, this guy changes the way a team looks at your wide receivers. Man, this dude changes up how people look at your wide receivers, man. ESPN has McMillan at 22 and Book at 21. I bet you this. If I'm the Cowboys, neither one of them get past me. I'm taking one or the other. I am. Nisa said I'm playing not being fully healthy. It's right up Steven's alley. Man, I'm telling you, I'm taking this dude here. Oh, Ice Wall, man. Dez Bryant 2.0. Bigger too? Man. Woo! Sweet dreams are made of these. McMillan and CD Lamb. I'm with you, 70s fan. Man, Mosley, what's going on with you? Now, watch this. Boy, I'm going to tell y'all let me tell y'all something. Tape does not lie. I was looking at video today. Let me show you something that changed my mind. So I was looking at Omarion Hampton's tape today. And I noticed something. Now, some of y'all who watched Omarion Hampton run this year, y'all tell me if I'm going crazy, but let me tell you what I'm seeing. Let's look at some tape on him.
Hampton, big hole down the sideline, rumbling and stumbling and taken down.
Kobe Criswell, his first series of the day. Hampton squeezes through and he punches.
Hold on, let me get you on the screen. Hold on. I'm sorry about that. All right, let's watch this and y'all tell me if y'all seeing the same thing I'm seeing. Tell me if I'm crazy.
Well, you look at the hole there to get the climb up to the linebacker, and there's a really good job by Lampkin. He's blocking down inside. And what you like about Lampkin? He's not very
tough. Bo Atkinson as well. Hampton just breaking tackles, running through tackles. Just got it. And they pitch it to Hampton, and he will roll into the end zone and touchdown. Can't even tackle him.
The ball with about 4 minutes left on the clock. What a way to finish out this first half for this North Carolina.
And whipped. Criswell hands it off to Hampton. Hampton walks into the...
Okay, now when I'm watching Omarion Hampton, y'all tell me if y'all seeing the same thing. I see power, I see strength, and I see not necessarily breakaway speed, but I see speed. Not breakaway, but I see speed. And he reminds me more of a workhorse running back. That's what he reminds me of. He's a workhorse running back to me. I mean, he definitely looks like a 3-down back for sure. He looks like a workhorse running back. Y'all tell me what you think. I'm not necessarily seeing like moves, agility, speed, quick. I mean, I'm not seeing quickness per se. I'm not seeing the quickness. I'm not seeing the one move or two moves or whatever the case may be. But now I'm going to tell you where I got impressed. When I started looking at this kid's tape right here. This kid's tape right here is in. Now, if anybody who's ever played football, do you not realize how hard it is to outrun an angle? Immediately when you watch this dude's highlights, there is one thing that jumps off the screen. Home run hitter. This dude screams home run hitter. Home run. Anytime he touches the ball, home run. Let's watch.
They pitch it, Henderson. Squares up, Henderson. Nice burst, still on the move. Henderson, high stepping. Travion Henderson, touchdown.
Y'all tell me. They have Omarion Hampton ranked as the number 2 back. I'm sorry, this dude, Travion Henderson, man, you talking home runs. I'm seeing speed, quickness. agility, breaking tackles, stiff arm. This dude right here. Yeah.
Down at the 13. Howard wants to run it. Oh, Howard to the sideline. Howard lost it out of.
He should probably get more mention for the Heisman Trophy. Oh, breakaway.
Henderson gallops, and he slides down. What a unselfish play right there.
McLaughlin, who's very happy here in Columbus.
Inside handoff. Travion Henderson, touchdown, Ohio.
Look at the change of direction on this kid. This kid nasty, man. I'm sorry. This kid is nasty. This dude is a home run hitter. I think this is what the Cowboys need. They can get running backs in this draft. I mean, if you want to grind it out back, you can get a grinded out. You can keep Rico Dowdle if you want to grind it out back. But if you want a home run hitter, y'all tell me, some of y'all who might have seen Omarion Hampton, but I looked at tape on him today, and his tape, he don't break out like this dude does. He's not breaking, I mean, he's not running through multiple defenders in a crowd and then just break out of it like this dude. Let's watch.
Ohio State. A line providing huge openness with that performance at the 1936 games. And this one, Travion Henderson gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
Back on the 35. Henderson with room up the middle, busting outside. Travion Henderson down the sideline. And finally, Smith runs him out of bounds.
Howard steps up. Howard!
Area. They're down an 8. Blitz coming on Howard. Has time. Delivers a strike.
Nice blitz pickup if you didn't notice that down there.
And that one's to Tate. And Carnell Tate's got
It's crazy, man. The feet on this dude's crazy. The feet on this dude. Are we watching the change of direction? The feet on this dude's crazy, man.
Henderson, gone, touchdown, Buckeyes. With him pushing the buttons as their offensive coordinator. Here's the throw up top, caught, and at the 10-yard line, nicely done. 10 at the 44. Here's a handoff to Travion Henderson with a bounce it outside. First down, cuts it back inside, and goes down at the 25-yard.
Smith is.
First down, Howard sprints out, backside throw, and it's caught. Look at him hot through the hole. It's Henderson down the sideline. He'll go.
Y'all know who this kid reminds me of? This kid reminds me of Ezekiel Elliott. He reminds me of a little bit smaller, and I mean smaller as in slimmer. He reminds me of Ezekiel Elliott. He's I mean, this dude looks serious on tape, y'all. Golly. Serious on tape. David, appreciate you. The perfect tight end wide receiver hybrid, a great and great for pass blocking. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be great in the pass blocking game too. You're exactly right. You're talking about T-Mac. Golly. Man, y'all tell me what you think about this. Man, this dude Travion Henderson, y'all, I'm sorry. There are people who are so drunk on some of these players. Somebody gonna get this dude right here, and they're gonna tear the league up. Somebody gonna tear the league up with Travion Henderson. I hope it's us. Them feet crazy on this dude, man. Ice Wall, them feet crazy, man. I'm telling you, I didn't see that with Hampton. I've been watching tape on Hampton, and I'm like, Hampton to me is more of a power type back, grinded out type back. This dude, Travion Henderson, feet are crazy. His change of direction, the way he can stop, speed, all the way back up. I'm not seeing other guys like this. This guy is killing it how he breaks out of these packs.
Again, Ohio State makes it look easy. Second touchdown.
Needs to win the game. First down. Howard, inside handoff. Henderson with the lane. Henderson still on the move. Travion Henderson goes down inside.
Put it in the belly. There is a huge hole. Henderson in that offensive line are moving now. Out of the gun. Here is Will Howard, fourth down to pick up the blitz. Howard has time. He throws. Abuka with the catch.
Henderson, nice juke, cuts it inside, keeps those knees high. Like
his best year back in 21, almost 1,300 yards rushing. Here he goes. Henderson down the sideline.
They'll hand it off. Henderson, touchdown Buckeyes. Travion Henderson.
Give again. Henderson jumps through. Touchdown Buckeyes.
I'm telling you guys, this dude Travion Henderson, man, I hope it's us. Travion Henderson is one of those running backs that I believe the Cowboys, let me look at this. Let me see where they have him ranked. Because he's one of these guys, man, you could literally trade back. If you wound up having to trade back, or if you got T-Mac, you wouldn't even be sweating getting even Omarion Hampton. If you look at the projections, and these could change, Ashton Jeanty is the only running back going in the first round. The Cowboys could literally, if T-Mac is there, even if Jeanty is there, I would get T-Mac, and then I would set my focus on getting in the next round Travion Henderson. That's what I would set my focus on. I would focus on Travion Henderson. It's got me wondering, I mean, where is he? I wonder where he's projected to go. Because I'm telling you, man, this guy here is going to be a monster for somebody. If I'm the Cowboys, I bring in both of them Ohio State boys. If I can't get T-Mac, man, I get both of these dudes. If I don't get T-Mac, Jeanty is gone. Emeka Ibuka. I get Emeka Ibuka, and then I would go on day 2, and then I would get Travion Henderson. And it's crazy to me. Do y'all know they are actually his projection, NFL Draft Buzz? His projection is late second round. What? Let me tell you something. Right here is an opportunity if I'm the Cowboys. This is an opportunity if I'm the Cowboys. If he's ranked late second round, I would literally call the teams behind me and see, is there anybody that want to come up in the second round in the 12th, get the 12th pick in the second round? Is there anybody who want to move up? Is there anybody who want to move up and get somebody they want to that they're willing to give up? They want to swap places and maybe give up a third or a fourth? Is there anybody who wants a player out there that bad? I would literally do my homework. Look at this dude. And the thing I like about Travion Henderson and any of these Ohio State kids, they've done it on the big stage. This is one of the things I loved about Zeke when he came out. Zeke did it on the big stage, man. When these kids do things on the big stage in college, oh, man, they come on this thing like it's nothing. And there is no better position that translates better to the NFL than running the ball. If you can run, you're just good at it. It's just nothing to it. You're just good at it. This guy, defensive rating, the defense he went up against, 75%. So he's went up against some very good competition. Look at these skill set on this kid. Rushing, 95%. Breaking tackles, we've seen that, 96%. Receiving hands, 79%. Pass blocking, 51%. Run blocking, 69%. I'm sorry. This kid is nasty. This kid is absolutely nasty. And what gives him that home run hit ability, he's a 4.39, but it's not just 4.39. He's quick. A lot of people don't understand there's difference in speed and quickness. Speed and quickness are two different things. And if you can get the quickness with the speed, oh, you got a deadly combination. You have a deadly combination. Travion Henderson, whoo, man. Whoo, man. Telling you, man, this dude, Apostolos, boy, man. I'm going to make sure next time I run highlights, I'm going to run my live stream in 60 frames per second so you can see how smooth this dude runs. Whoo, man. Man. McKnight, he said Henderson is my running back pick after Genty. Yes, no doubt. Andrew Nichols Jr., what's going on? Here we go. Hey, man, I'm telling you, if we fail in this draft, we only fail because we want to. T-Mac in the first round and Henderson in the second would be insane. Oh, man, Alex, I'm telling you. Boy, you talking about sweet dreams are made of this. Man, boy. Man, telling you. Man, Apostolos, that's what I'm saying, man. That eye test is crazy. The eye test on this kid is crazy. Man, I'm telling you, Top Gunner, give me Macmillan Egbuka with Henderson and I'm good. Me too. Ice Wild Cowboy, yeah, smart too. Yes, sir. Jay Recruiter, Jay Recruiter, he gonna drop some knowledge on us. Jay Recruiter said he has an injury history. If he has an injury history, Jay Recruiter, well, I'm gonna just tell you what Nisi gonna tell you. If he has an injury history, then that means that the Cowboys are definitely gonna get him because they're gonna probably be able to get him. They're gonna probably be able to get him in the price that they want. I tell you this, Jay Recruiter, man, I'd be willing to take a shot on him. Gary McKnight, the vision is amazing. Love the long strides in open field. Yeah, I take a shot on him. Jigga man. Jigga, he said, you killing me with all the running backs. Hey, man. Hey, we got to get us one, man. Luis Ortiz, he said they rush 4 and put 7 in coverage because they don't fear Dak. Yes, sir. You can't be real. Hey, let me tell you something. You get a kid like Travion Henderson, you'll run him out of that. You'll run him out of that rush 4, drop 7, because he'll be in that doggone secondary every time you look up. Every time you look up, he'll be in that secondary. Every time you look up, he'll be in that secondary. Yeah, the Cowboys need to get this kid, but we're gonna see what they do. Sean M., yes, sir. These OSU guys, they're used to playing on the big stage, Sean. For real. Yes, sir. Robert M., yes, sir. Louise, appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going to drop some more. We got to, because a lot of drama swirls around the Cowboys. And some of it's unnecessary drama. Man, we got some things to be looking forward to. I'm sorry, we do. We got some things to be looking forward to. 1,000%. Brian DeVee, another super chat. No doubt. Okay, you said the PA is for play action. Okay. Yes, sir. I'm telling you. You get a kid like this, man, you change up people look at your offense different now. Because I'm telling y'all, a lot of folk do not understand. They're giving Dak Prescott compliments and they don't even realize it. Y'all know what we have to change on the Dallas Cowboys? I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. We have to change teams playing us saying, all we have to do is take away CeeDee Lamb. And Dak Prescott really has no other option. So we're going to make Dak Prescott beat us with what? What is he beating us with? What is he going to beat a team with if you take away CeeDee Lamb? What is he beating them with? If you're not going to give him a run game, and I mean a potent run game, like Jalen Hurts got, a potent run game. And if you're not going to give him 2 wide receivers like Jalen Hurts has, Jake Ferguson and Schoonmaker, you're on the clock. You better show up or you better show up and show out or get through out this year. Get this offensive line together like they did for Jalen Hurts. Get a defense. And I'm confident that they're going to get Matt Eberflus. They're going to get him some pieces too. Because I don't think you can get both offense and defense situated in the draft. You're going to have to get the offense situated in the draft, as in the first 3 rounds. I think you'll be able to get some great role players on defense in that 5th round, where the Cowboys are going to have all those draft picks in a row. The Cowboys are going to change their team in the 5th round. I'm going to be focusing on the 5th round going forward, because I'm telling y'all, man, after I looked at that 5th round, the Dallas Cowboys are going to change their team in the 5th round. They're going to change their team. And really, they're going to change it in those 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. They're going to change this whole team. 1st round, wide receiver. 2nd round, running back. 3rd round, probably defensive tackle. 5th round, this is where you're going to be able to get your role players. You can get the guy like Michael Yarns. You can get you a linebacker. You can get you another left tackle if you want to get one on the team. Or get you another defensive tackle in the 5th round. Get you another linebacker. Matter of fact, in the 3rd, you may want to go with a cornerback. But the Dallas Cowboys, right there, 1, 2, 3, and 5, this is where they lock the team down. After the 5th round, everything is gravy. Everything is gravy. I wouldn't mind if the Cowboys, defensive tackle, free agency. Left tackle, free agency. Cornerback to get us through this season, free agency. And still get us a cornerback in the draft. If you want to get one in the 3rd. Maybe you get one in the 6th or the 7th, because you're going to have all those picks. And we don't even know what crazy magic they may do to trade back up and get into the 4th, or something else may transpire and the Cowboys get some additional picks. They're going to be able to solidify this team in the draft and free agency. And let's not forget the Spring League USFL. I'm pretty sure they're going to try to find them a player in that too. But I'm excited what the Cowboys got going right now. We just got to see where these dominoes fall this week. Y'all be patient. They got a plan. And I think they want to see what this Oso Diggy Zoo thing is. They're going to try to knock that down. And then once they knock that down, we'll probably see the Michael Parsons domino fall. And then we'll see, surprisingly, we'll probably get Jordan Lewis. They're gonna see if DeMarcus Lawrence still wants to play for him. I'm not going to be mad if they bring DeMarcus Lawrence back, because he helps in the run. Not only that, he can help in the rotation. So I'm not going to be mad if they bring him back. So everything's going to start to materialize, guys. Y'all be patient. Y'all be excited. Stop listening to the media. They'll have you hating your team. Skip Bayless. Oh, man, I got to do a video on Skip Bayless. I've been trying to avoid it. But Skip Bayless is one of the fakest Dallas Cowboy fans I've ever seen in my life. One of the fakest. And it's so crazy to me. The Philadelphia Eagle fans have been just, oh, Skip, welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles. What? Y'all crazy. Y'all don't want a fan like Skip Bayless. It's crazy. Byron Joe DeVee, appreciate that super chat. He said, I hope Boone starts this year. Okay. Give me a little bit more. Boone. I'll look that up if that's a player. LA Dot and some undrafted gems. LA Dot. That's why I really love to see these undrafted guys. Because you can build your team through the undrafted guys for sure. You hit it right on the head. You might find you a defensive tackle in there. Cornerback. Extra running back. I mean, you can get you some guys to put on your practice squad that may be bullets in the chamber. Yes, I'm with you. Nisi, they need to find a rugby player. Woo, yes. You know what? I saw where one of the teams is trying to get the tush push outlawed. We'll see. I don't think they're going to succeed. Louise, I'm telling you, this dude Skip is trash. Man, I used to like Skip. Man, Skip is trash, man. I hate to say it, but Skip is shameful. Skip is shameful, man. He is. Skip is shameful. Yep. Straight clown show. Straight clown show. Yeah, Louisiana, who's Boone? I'm about to look that up. Yeah, The Eagles can have Bayless. Good riddance. Man, I'm telling you, Robbie M., when this man said he was going to the Eagles, and I was looking at the comments, and I was like, what's wrong with these Eagle fans? They're embracing this man? Psh, man, get out of here. Get out of town. Get out of town. Good riddance. I'm glad. Worst Dallas Cowboy fan in history. Hey, guys, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. We're going to be back tomorrow. Yeah, Packers. This is the Packers. We'll see what happens. It pretty much is an unstoppable. Well, I don't know if it's an unstoppable play, but it's definitely unstoppable with the Eagles. Man, Quinn Scott, he said Skip just cursed the Eagles. Maybe we'll start. Hey, you know what? Quinn Scott, you just gave me an idea. Yes, sir. The Cowboys have even more to be excited about now because something is happening different. Skip Bayless is no longer a fan. Yep, we may have even more to look forward to. We may have even more to look forward to. Joe David, Andrew Booth. Okay, I'm going to look him up. Eagles fan are dumb enough to take Skip in. Top Gun, I saw some of them embracing Skip. I said, man, what is wrong with these Eagle fans? They should have told Skip, stay where you are. Don't come over here. They should have told him something. Niecy. Woo, girl. Niecy. I wouldn't wear an Eagles jersey if somebody... Jalen Hurts could give me an autographed Jalen Hurts jersey. As much as I like Jalen Hurts, I still wouldn't wear that jersey. I couldn't even see myself getting the jersey because I wouldn't even be asking for it. I can't see it. Kevin Howard, he said, go look at the cornerback from Kentucky. Okay, drop me his name. I'm going to go look at this Anthony Boone or Andrew Boone. I like bringing the film, and I think looking at that film is fun, man. I definitely want to look at some more of that. I think it's good when we watch that together because when we get to see some, we get to see some tape. Because a lot of times we be talking about stuff, but we're not looking at the tape. I think when we come back next time tomorrow I have to do the late show. I have to do Bible study tomorrow, but tomorrow we may do the late show. So if not, when we come back on Thursday, we're going to look at some tape on Ashton Genty. Yeah, we'll look at some tape on Ashton Genty, even though we all know what he looks like. Again, but I appreciate you guys. I'm going to do something, like I said, I'm going to do something on Skip Bayless. Gabe said if Stephen Jones drafts a quarterback this year like he plans on doing, Dak days of years in Dallas will be numbered. I just released a video on this, Gabe. Go check out the video I dropped. As a matter of fact, I will talk about the whole Dak Prescott thing. Matter of fact, I'll talk about that Thursday if I don't do it tomorrow night. Renan, what's going on? Jigga Man, Boone is on a team. He got injured. Oh, Jigga Man, I didn't even know who he was. Okay. All right, I'll check him out. Appreciate you, Jigga Man. The 70s fan, there's a quarterback working out in DFW, Ewers, I think. Yeah, he'll be a waste, though. He'd be crazy to go to the Cowboys. Look at the tape on Savion Williams. I'm going to look him up, too. We'll have tape on Savion Williams also when we come back. Yeah, I'll look him up, too. All right. The North Carolina running back reminds me of Marion Barber. Yes, he does. He does. Doesn't run as violently, though. Marion Barber was a violent runner. A very violent runner. Louise, Niecy's talking about somebody to run the tush push for us. A rugby player. That's what she's talking about. Top Gunner said, I'm from South Jersey. Trust me. I know how Eagle fans think. Man, Top Gunner, I was shocked when they took in Skip Bayless, man. They can have him. Trust me. Philadelphia can have Skip Bayless. He's one of the worst fans you could ever have. Fair weather fan. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow sometimes. If not tomorrow, y'all look for me on Thursday, 6:30. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.